Hey guys, some amazing spoilers just hit today. I went ahead and did you guys a favor and I resized and warped all of the images, so you're going to be seeing them at least at the best to my ability. I'm not really the best at doing this here, but I made some proxies for the community to use as well. So if you're seeing this on the screen, you're not seeing the community there, go ahead and feel free to snapshot it on the screen. And of course, they're just proxies, guys. Just test until the game comes out, and of course be sure to support the real game. So let's go ahead and start here with Gundam. I'm not saying that this one is better than the starter deck, but I think this one is slightly better than the starter deck one. So it says all your white base unit, so yes, you can make a full white base deck now, all gain repair 1. Yo, all of them gaining repair 1 is crazy. Yes, now you now have access to cards that can possibly get repair 3, especially with Sailor Moss being out there, adding something onto Gun Cannon already in this coming out, and doesn't even need to be paired or anything, just existing. Having repair 3 on stuff, white base deck, guys. Think about it. All right, so now it says when paired, if you have 2 or more units in play, which you will, draw a card. Turns any of your guys into Banagher, and Banagher is a level 5 pilot. Gundam is cooking. This card is crazy good, but I will say what brings it back down, what dials it down, is it has to be used with white base. In a way, you don't really have to. You can technically think of this Gundam itself just having repair 1, but it also has like that less health. And of course you can pair it with anything. Having 2 units, let's say if you're playing a blue-white deck, having 2 blockers in play and being able to play this guy and draw a card, that's gonna help the control decks anyway. Like, they're not really looking to maybe give an entire white base unit stuff, so like you can use it in that way as well. So this card is just good overall. So all right, here we have the Goof, looking pretty scary here. I think this is the Rumble Route Goof, just in a different form here. Doesn't have any link, and it's just at 2/2. Now I kind of expected this to have a link because it is one of the 2/2s, but is a 3/2 in stats, so that's where it loses its link there. But this is really good. This is that pretty much that strike dagger, that Magen. Now essentially green have 2 types of Magen at 3/2, so your base just gonna get destroyed, guys. Speaking of Magen, I know Rashid's Magen was gonna come out. I knew it was gonna be his first one. There are different types of Magen out there, so hopefully in the next set maybe they're gonna release even more Magen Corps, so you can even maybe have so many. You can have a full Sandrock deck one day, maybe, guys. That'd be kind of crazy. Think about that. But this one says deploy. Choose one of your green units. Doesn't have to be a Magen, any green unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit with 4 or less AP as attack targeted. So you're pretty much playing this saying, hey, Sandrock, hey, Shenlong. We're gonna go into some Shenlong cards here, but any card with breach, go ahead and attack into that unit. That is like the Wing Gundam effect being applied to any green unit in the game. And this is only level 3 cost 2. You could technically put this in any green deck if you're playing like mid-range to control deck. Play Death Sight, drop this guy. What? Death Sight with first strike, being in it to swing into any of your 4 or less, your 4 AP or less guys. Pretty good. Yes, you see it. Casatria, I called it. I called it for so many of these cards here. Death Sight being legendary rare, and also Casatria being legendary rare. It says when paired with a cyber new type or a new type pilot, choose 1 to 2 enemy units, deal 1 damage to it. I wish this card said choose 1 to 16 units. Hey, maybe up to 6. That would be cool. Crazy, right? Deal 1 damage to essentially the entire enemy board here. 5/4 stats on a 4 cost on 5. That is extremely solid. So I know the effect isn't too crazy because it doesn't do anything until it is paired with a specific type of pilot, but generally you're going to try to build a deck where on level 5 you're going to drop this along with someone else, so that's the kind of play you're going to want to go for. Links with our girl Marita Cruz, that elusive Marita Cruz. Now she has 2 units here, the Banshee and the Casatria. All right, we have Gyaradoga, heavy arm type, the longest name in the game I think so far. It says active main once per turn and pay 1. Choose 1 enemy unit with 2 or less AP and deal 1 damage to it. So this is like a cleanup crew. You don't have to tap him or anything. You don't have to tap. You can just literally just pay 1 and just shoot something. But it has to have 2 or less attack power. So who is this really used against? Maybe just cleanup crew versus aggro decks. That's probably the main thing. Like, because if you're playing Zeon, Neo Zeon in a mid-range to control-y fashion, you're not really going to have many blockers. Actually, you're going to have 0 blockers, and you're probably going to have many ways of dealing with an aggressive board of any kind. So someone like this being able to do this essentially once per turn, and obviously if you play multiple of these, you're going to be able to just keep ping. That's gonna be pretty fun. So that's probably what this is used for. Again, this is why I advocate for a sideboard in the game. If you're playing best of one, then you have to, the meta has to dictate, is there an aggressive deck around? Do you want that level 4 slot to be this specific card? Why won't you have it to be a Casatria? Why wouldn't you have it be the Gyaradoga that drops down and deals 1 damage? Why wouldn't you have it be those guys? This would be more at home in a sideboard, in my opinion. Going against aggro decks, let's go ahead and throw 4 of these boys in. Start cleaning them up. And here we have another Gyaradoga, level 3 this time. It says, when destroyed, choose 1 enemy unit with 5 or less AP. That's pretty much anyone in the game here, deal 1 damage to it. So this is one of your death rattle, get destroyed, pretty much deal 1 damage to almost every unit in the game, except the big boys. And this is pretty decent. I kind of like this card. Neo Zeon doesn't have any link though, but it has something on destroyed, so you can, you know, keep that tempo play going. Maybe even against anti-aggro, where you run into something a couple times and it finally dies, you can take another unit out with it. Pretty good here. I would probably play this in a more mid-rangey, maybe even like the closer to the top end of an aggressive board, but level 3 in the aggro deck is a little bit too expensive. All right, we have the, what is this, the Golus? I've never seen this thing before. What is this from? The Golus K says Zeon. Has an ability, says active during your action step. So that's pretty good. It can be used once per turn during both turns. If you pay 1, choose 1 unit that is level 4 or higher. That unit gets +1 AP during this battle. That's pretty cool. So you can be kind of tricky. So it's kind of like support whenever you need that support, which is pretty cool. So like when you're in a fight during the action step, you can just give it +1 more attack. I kind of like that. I've been looking at support cards that kind of tap to do this. This guy doesn't need to tap to do that, to give that +1. Now it can only do this for level 4 or higher guys. So this is pretty much getting set up for your mid-range to late game boys who are probably going to get blocked and probably need that extra support there. Would you play this? I'm not really sure. Give the Shinazu extra damage. Yeah, but overall, I think this card is alright. Just really can't see its potential right now, but I do like the fact that it is during both turns, so kind of keep that in mind. If you need something that can be a little bit more easier to kill when it's being attacked into, so this can be helpful. And plus, obviously, when you have more of these guys in play, you essentially stack this, right? So that's pretty good too. And here we have the Goon. Y'all boys be gooning out there. Yo, I've never seen a Goon before. Yo, where is this boy from? These are another underwater. This is why they need to have more another thing here, guys. It says Earth, space, and where's the underwater at? We have the Zaft Goon here. Another 1 drop for red. Holy crap, another 1/2. They're not giving any red any kind of abilities for some reason. I think this would have been cool if it had like first strike, right? If it was a 1/1 first strike, like why would that be wrong? You know, comment down below, boys. All right, Gels Delansza. We have an Academy trait Link, a level 2, cost 2, 2/2. All the 2s here. Another one of those Academy cards. Like I said, I think every color is going to have a 2/2 card cost that's going to be able to link, at least maybe eventually. And of course, it says any Academy type, so it kind of fits the bill. And it leads it to one of those cards, like it doesn't do too much in the beginning of the game, but hell, just being able to have just that much more ability to go haste with any one of your Academy traits, I like that. I just like being able to have my pilots pretty much pilot as much units in my deck as possible. I know that may not be optimal in every build, but that's something I kind of look towards when making my builds here. So I actually highly consider cards like this. If you want to see more cards and my opinions on all these cards here, go ahead and check these videos right here. And if you want to see some other type of mecha content, guys, I have these videos right here. I know life can be hard out there, guys, but keep your head up, keep moving forward, and most importantly, let nothing stop you. Peace out, guys.